Okay, welcome all Minecrafters, all interested in big reactors and Rednet port. Yeah, I made a little display, let's say little display. You could do a lot more with that, but I think those are the most interesting things here. Um, to actually use the output of the Rednet port from the big reactors. Yeah, that's the way how to do it. Cause reasons, they, as you can see, it's a little, the numbers are higher than you normally use on a Rednet historian from 0 to 16. So you should read out these values by these displays. Yeah, I made videos to how to create those displays, so I won't get very deep in this video into that because it is a thing for itself, but as soon as you know how to handle the decomposer and 7-segment display, you can easily read out those values here. So what is all that? Let's just start here. This is the percentage of fuel which is in the reactor. It's at the moment it's 82% fuel in there. Over here we have the internal energy storage. So it's full. It's 99%. Sometimes it switches from 100 to 99, but that's not a problem. It's totally indicating that it's the internal power storage of the reactor is full. Down here we have the actual temperature of the fuel rod. It's indicated by this yellow lamp because it's a yellow rod, whatever. That's the actual temperature of the fuel rod, and if we hit this button here, it switches to blue and it's telling us the actual case temperature. Yeah, I like that. The best thing over here is that it shows us you can not just read out these values and give them on a display, you can also do operations with that. This actually is the difference between the core temperature and the fuel rod temperature. At the moment it's about 15 or 16 degrees. That's a very good thing, because the lower this difference is, the more efficient your reactor is. So I did cryothium in there, so it's very low. I think it's the best. So no, I won't do anything other in that, but if you would do just like iron blocks, this number would be higher. The difference between the fuel rod and the actual case temperature. Yeah, that's here. That's just for showing off. You can do operations with these values. I did just a subtractor. Yeah, that's, for example, something that you can't just automatically read out by the reactor control. We can have a look at that. I mean, it's telling you the casing heat and the core heat, but it doesn't automatically tell you the difference. That's realized by that. Yes. I also like this very much. Yeah, that's just for showing you what's the possibilities. You have these. Let's just move those and maybe I explain it a little better. You have these Rednet ports. So delete that. You have different stuff in there. You can read out the output energy amount. That's the internal energy storage. That's 100% at the moment. To show you that, we'll just extend the capacitor bank here, so it will fill up with energy, and we should see the internal storage dropping. Yes, you can see. Now the internal storage is emptying because it's pumping out the energy into the capacitor bank, and it's constantly dropping. It will drop to 0% or 1% until this capacitor bank is full, and then it will start rising again. Let's just speed that process a little bit up. Okay, oh, I think I lost the energy, whatever. So yeah, that's the first thing. From the back, you can read out the internal energy storage on based on a percentage. Then you can read out the output waste and the output. Sorry, how much fuel there's in there and how much waste the other stuff, the blue ones, is in there. I did not do that because I don't think that's interesting. Normally you just put fuel in and pull it out. That's really, I don't know what this is for, but whatever, you can do that. More interesting is the output fuel mix. This actually indicates how much fuel is in there. At the moment it's 82%. It could be more, but I did this on purpose so to show you it's not always 100% if you don't want that, but this is just indicating how much fuel there is in there. And finally you can read out the output of the casing temperature and the output of the fuel temperature. So let's just put, you have to click it, put it in here and then commit that. So on the orange channel it would give me the value of the fuel rod, so would be this one here. Okay, that means on the orange channel it gives me a value of 1326, and just for short, for displaying that you need something that's called decomposer, for very short. Here is on the left side on the orange channel there's this 1325 6 whatever, and this is decomposed into from the right to the left in the first number, second, third and fourth. Yeah, you have to think that from the right to the left. Okay, the D0 is this number here, the D1 is this number here, the D3 is this number here, and the D4 is this number here. You can go on to 6 whatever, I think it's 9. You can display I think 1 billion or something. That's quite a lot, yeah, I have to admit. Also it would be theoretically possible. It's a 32-bit thing, so you can display I think 2 billion over the Rednet cable. That's possible, but you don't need it. But that's how it's done. And then you have a value on one number, and for that you need a 7-segment encoder, decoder. Let's see, 7-segment encoder. Yeah, there we have the input, whatever on the left side, white channel, and those A, B, C, D, E, F, G are the stripes of the segment encoder thing. Well, I told you I did a video on that. If you're interested how to do that, watch those. It was just for explanation how this basically works. And yeah, hopefully we will see the internal percentage amount of energy rising again, because I think the capacitor bank is full. Is it full? Yeah, it's full. So normally this should start rising. Why don't you do that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, the internal energy storage is filling up again. We can read out that. Yeah, I have to say, okay, that's nothing for maybe survival or PvP servers, except we want to really have a really cool fancy base. Yeah, it's a little bit of effort to do that, but yeah, maybe you like that. You don't have to click on the controller to read out all the status of your reactor. And I will do a video on the input stuff. I mean, the main thing here is you can turn off the reactor. That's very easy. It's an easy one. You see, temperature is dropping, and that would be this input here. It just switches the reactor on and off, and there's a lot more. I will do a video on that because it's more complicated, but just to show you how you actually use the output of the Rednet port. That's how you do it. Well, I hope you liked the video, and goodbye.